Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
It is now 12 hours 5 in Guyana. Welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Almost 2 weeks after ExxonMobil reported a one-barrel spill at the Liza 2 operation in the Stabroek block, the EPA has not come out to tell the nation whether its investigation has confirmed the minor spillage as reported by the company. To this end, the former EPA head, Dr. Vincent Adams, says this occurrence shows how grossly underprepared Guyana is for petroleum production, even as it embarks on an ambitious campaign to speed up these operations. Dr. Adams, a petroleum engineer, explained that the agency's failure to make a pronouncement on the spill days later paints a gloomy picture of what the nation can expect should a spill of greater scale occur. And residents of Anse Grove, East Coast Demerara on Wednesday woke up to the dreaded news that one of their own had murdered his son, burnt his wife, then ended his life. It brought to an end a sad chapter of years of abuse meted out to the woman by her killer husband, Leon Bob. Also dead is Sion Bob, and critically injured in the hospital is 53-year-old Sharon Scott. Police said that at around 2 hours 30 Wednesday, Leon and Sharon got into an argument. Arguments were nothing new for the pair, as Leon was a very violent person and often got into physical altercations with Sharon due to his accusations towards her for having numerous extramarital affairs, allegedly. Sion would intervene to prevent the two from further hurting each other and often acted as a peacemaker. And in other news, with $743.7 million allocated towards the development of the fisheries and aquaculture sector in the country, the Ministry of Agriculture is looking to spend some $285 million on the construction of 2 prawn farms. During the latest opening of tenders, it was revealed that a prawn farm will be constructed in Rose Hall, Region 6, and the other at Onverwacht, Region 5. And Guyana is seeking non-permanent membership of the powerful United Nations Security Council, President Irfaan Ali announced during his address to the United General Assembly on Wednesday. The Security Council consists of 15 countries, 5 of them, China, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom and the United States, are permanent members with the right to veto. The General Assembly, which comprises all 193 UN member states, elects the 10 non-permanent members who serve for 2-year terms. To secure a place on the Council, countries must receive a 2/3 majority or 128 votes, even if they run uncontested. And in other news, Guyana Consumers Association consultant Dr. Job Mahadio has asked the Public Utilities Commission to assist the Guyanese public by reducing the $7,500 reconnection fee set by GWI to just $100. Dr. Mahadio, in an impassionate presentation to the PUC on a Monday, pointed to several reasons why the request for a reduction should be supported. Among them, the consultant pointed to the fact that Guyanese can hardly afford to pay the reconnection fees set by other utilities companies like GPL and GTT, even though the fees are much lower. GPL and GTT fees are set at $3,000 and $1,000 respectively. And moving on, police are currently investigating the alleged murder of a prominent rice farmer of Washclose, Mycone Creek, Region 5, after they found his body on Wednesday floating in a trench with multiple chop wounds. The rice farmer, 42-year-old Richard Prasad, a father of two, had left his home on Tuesday around 17 hours 30. He reportedly went to take a drink on a dam with some acquaintances and return, but he never did. Prasad's wife, Danmati Ranumug, said that he was the sole breadwinner of the family, taking care of their two children, one of them age 18 with special needs and a 10-year-old boy. If you're now joining us, you're listening to Kaieteur Radio, and this is your news at noon. Let's tell you that Munupai clan of Tiwi Islands, located on the Northern Territory of Australia, are celebrating a huge victory after a federal court ruled in their favor to revoke the license for a $3.6 billion gas project. The Australia Federal Court on Wednesday ruled in favor of the indigenous group, who challenged the drilling permit that was granted by the industry regulator, National Offshore Petroleum and Safety Environmental Management Authority, to Santos Limited, for the $3.6 billion Barossa gas development project. The time has now moved on to 12 hours 10 in Guyana. We'll take a short break and return with your news.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana, be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban. We got you covered. Digicel, better together.
Welcome back to your news at noon. I'm Kevin Smith. A man is now in custody for allegedly stabbing his sister-in-law's common-law husband to death on Tuesday over allegations of abuse. Dead is Lester Sobers, a 25-year-old city constable of Sophia. He was killed sometime after midnight along Mandela Avenue after he allegedly attacked his wife's brother-in-law with a cutlass. We were told that Sobers had started abusing the woman at their Sophia home on Monday evening. She reported sister's place, located on Mandela Avenue. And as investigations continue into the theft of $400 million worth of gold from a woman at Mahaika, they were able to recover more vehicles and other items suspected to have been purchased with the stolen gold. Two construction workers were charged for the gold theft, which took place between December 2021 and January 2022. They were identified as father and son, 24-year-old Satruhan Sigobin called Richie and a 49-year-old Balunot called Krishna, both of Farm East Bank Demerara. They were hired to do some repairs in the woman's house and had allegedly found the stashed gold and stole it. They were identified as suspects after they reportedly went on a shopping spree. Krishna pleaded not guilty to the offense and was remanded to prison, but Richie admitted and was sent to jail for 4 years. Police have arrested another suspect and were able to recover $6 million in cash, 2 cars and a canter truck, and some of the stolen gold bars. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and of course 99.5 FM. This is your news at noon. As usual, we wrap things up with the page 7 of today's Kaieteur News. Take a stand against domestic violence. Domestic violence has become such a scourge in Guyana that a week does not pass without us reading in the press the gory details of a woman being abused at the hand of her partner. It is a frightening reality that must be prayed against, with each and every one joining in a campaign to stamp it out. Not the meaningless sloganeering from government leaders, but real work in our communities to arrest our menfolk, some of whom continue to treat our women less than human. Reading the horror story of Sharon Scott of Annis Grove, who endured years of torment at the hands of her husband, who ended his life, as well as that of his son, Sion Scott, on Wednesday, is more reason for us to unite against this demon called domestic violence. The worryingly, even alarming statistics on domestic violence generally don't capture the extent of physical abuse, let alone the often equally as damaging psychological aspects of it. Experts have said that the full impact of domestic violence is insidious and goes far beyond mere physical attacks. We know too that it is a hidden cancer spreading within the community and must be excised. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.